Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, I started 1 minute late. That's the end of it. Oh, I forgot to take it off the charger. Hmm, let's see. Last time I took it off the charger, it's it cut out my audio. I'm afraid to. I mean, I'm gonna have to. Maybe I can unplug it from the down there instead of actually on the laptop. That's what I'll do. Okay, all right. Got through that. Morty, if you're forgetting what I said, smash that like button right meow. It helps out the channel. So this is just, thankfully, I got ahead with my Dark Shadows reviews because of the anniversary of the show being on 60 years last month. So because of that, I can do a proper balcony chat at the end of the month today. Pardon if you hear me twice, just getting my chat room looked up. So that's cool. I like doing. It's kind of a relief to do the balcony chats because, like, on the one hand, and I'm kind of the same way. Sometimes when you watch a channel and they only do one sort of thing, and they try to do something else, you're like, what the fuck? I don't want to see the something else. I want to see the original thing I came to the channel for. I get that. I'm the same way. But being on the other side of it, one does not want to become trapped into only doing one thing. Like, I'm not. I love doing the reviews, but I'm not just a review channel. I did start doing live shows, just doing balcony chats where we keep it random. So it's sort of like getting back to my roots. I sort of like shows like that on YouTube where they're just going through random stuff. And I have something blocking my I've got a fan here, piece of cardboard, and then the microphone so I can keep my laptop cool, but I don't want the microphone to pick it up, so that's why I'm kind of reaching around like that, giving the laptop a reach around. Um, but I do like still going back to the balcony chats to keep it random. I like the fact, as much as I do like the reviews, sometimes it is refreshing to not have any notes to go on, to just come on and be myself so I don't have to play a character. I don't get to play a character. So, like, sometimes it's bittersweet. Sometimes, I mean, like, you can hide behind characters you play, but at the same time, you are hiding that. That's not the real you. And of course, nobody on YouTube is the exact same way in real life as they are on the show, but this is closer to myself. Oh, what's up, Leo? You Bill Cooper over on Twitch? So it kind of keeps me humble. It kind of reminds me of my roots. Like, I'm not just doing reviews and not just playing characters for reviews. I started out as being a real internet person, and that's what I get to do with these. Just making sure is this exactly. Yeah, it's right in the middle there. Cool. So while that might piss, I mean, like, I haven't gotten comments on it, like, why are you doing something different? Like, I haven't pissed anybody off with it, but I kind of want to get ahead of it. So, like, this, it's never just going to be reviews. It's not just going to be balcony chats. As much fun as each one of them are, you don't want to get stuck in a loop. I notice a lot of YouTubers come up against burnout, and I don't get that. It's especially if you make money off of it. If that's your main source of income, if you get burned out on it, don't tell anybody about it. Just keep doing it. Nobody, people don't care about what they can't see. They can't see that you're burnt out. They can see it in the work you put out. trust me, it shows there. But you just saying it like, oh, what you don't like doing this? Nobody forces anybody to do YouTube. So you started it, you can't finish it. Like just buck up. So I got one hair hanging on my face. So I don't want to get that way because you do have to think about one day the Dark Shadows reviews will come to an end. They only film so many shows in 5 years. So what would I do after that if I wasn't also doing balcony chats? Of course, I want to review other stuff. There's other stuff to talk about in the Dark Shadows verse. There's other TV series and movies and things like that. But I don't want people to just think of this channel as just reviews, because if I stop doing that, people might freak out. Like I didn't subscribe to this channel for random stuff, interviewing random stuff, WTF. Like I started out doing random stuff, so I want to keep it loose like that. Plus, if a channel does have a shtick and they change it up too much, people are gonna unsubscribe. They're gonna stop watching and all of that stuff. Back when is it Hightail? They kept talking about it like it had been being talked up for years, but I really only started hearing about it last year. And apparently, it was supposed to be the new Minecraft and better than Minecraft. It was hyped up so high and so far, like it was going to be the brand new best video game ever. And then it came out, and like Puff started playing it, but then he quickly stopped because you could go through and look at the view count on his videos. His Minecraft videos would do 500,000 views. He would do a Hightail and it would get 200,000. He'd do more Minecraft, they'd be way up there. He'd do Hightail and it would be like half as much, significantly less. So finally one day he was live or something and he's like, I think I'm just gonna stop playing it for the channel. I just nobody watches it. So I wasn't watching it. I watched a couple videos that people had done on it. Honestly, I never played it, of course. It just looked like Minecraft with a texture pack. Like you can make Minecraft look like realistic leaves and stone and water and just add that on. That's all it looked like. Like, oh, well, in Minecraft, you can jump up and pull yourself up. Dude, I don't care. This looks like crap. So I just was not interested, was never going to buy it. And I just don't care. I just do not care. So a lot of people thought they were going to go from Minecraft to Hightail and everybody was going to follow along, and they did not. Oh, what's up over on YouTube too? Brian says, happy Friday, everybody. Dandy, what's up? He says, balcony chat. Oh, what's up, Jenna? Glad you made it. Do I have a car? No, I don't have a car. And I'm kind of glad I don't, because I would have had to park on the street. And last night, somebody hit all of the cars parked on the street, so they were all smashed together, bumper to bumper. So about 5 people had to call their insurance company today. I was just working away. I mean, I've got a license. I can drive. I just don't own my own car. Just working away, and I hear crunch. So everything happens over on that side, and that's the side my air conditioner's in. So I open up that window. Can't see shit, but I heard people talking. Look outside from another window. And usually it's street parking where it's sectioned off into rectangles. So there's usually space in between each car. But I looked outside and there was not space in between each car. It was like, bring it in, bro. And, they were just hugging bumper to bumper. And somebody was up there walking along, shining their flashlight, looking at each car. I'm like, I don't think cars are supposed to do that. I don't see cars group up for a selfie like that on their own. And so we owe you, Bill Cooper. Someone hit 5 cars on your street. How the hell do they manage that? Because where the window is, there's the roof for my neighbor's porch, so I couldn't see all the way down. So it was, I could see 4 cars, But I don't know if the fourth car hit the other ones and smashed them together, and then, like that, say that fucked up their headlights so it wasn't shining on them, or if there was just a fifth car that I could not see, and that's what hit everybody. Hang on a second. How's the audio? Did my audio go out? But what I wonder is, was somebody just driving down the street and went off to the side a little bit, hit one car, and that caused a chain reaction? Or was somebody just trying to park normally and their depth perception went out and then, smash, smash, smash? Like when it's icy on the freeway and when people can, and one person can't stop in time. So he hits one car, that hits another car, that hits another car. It just, oh, sound is good. Yeah, I was worried about unplugging it and having the sound go out. Oh, 5x5, will you, Bill Cooper? Thanks. Oh, yeah, I do have super chats opened up. I've got Venmo and Buy Me a Coffee. The links for those are in the channel description and the show description. 100% of that goes to myself. You're never paying Google 30%. You're never paying for AI content. Your money stays in the United States. I'm not spending it on hookers and blow. And I read your comment at my next show. I really do have to get new glasses. I can't see. So that was sort of a. I'd work for a while, about an hour, look outside there. The cops are up there with the lights. Look outside there later. There's a tow truck backed up to pull one guy up, and they pulled a couple of cars away. I looked out there at one point. Three of them were still smashed together. And then if you look out there, I think when I got up this afternoon, there's a huge slick spot in the road, and it didn't rain, so it's some fluid got on the ground out there. Oh, what's up, Dead Misfit? Glad you made it. So that was the excitement last night. I hope they all had insurance, so nobody was late for work. That just, that really sucks for them. It's, this side of town really does get quiet at night. It doesn't seem like people really drive over here unless they live over here. Like there are some shops, but they're definitely closed by midnight. And if you're that fucked up right after midnight, you need to slow down. You need, like, whatever you're drinking or smoking or snorting, you started too soon. Like, it is just after midnight, bro. You need to chill. Now, I don't know if this works because I haven't gotten a phone call in a long time, but I do have the phone on. I'm just getting the number because I don't know if I remember it. No, 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 not that. Don't copyright me for playing Madonna song. Hopefully nobody heard that. Yeah, but it's 419-359-8869. Brian, right? Yeah, slow down and chill. If you're that fucked up, call a taxi, get an Uber, you get your designated driver. Why is it the guy who does remixes is uploading whenever I'm live? It's like, I think Americano mixed with something by Bad Bunny, but I know who Bad Bunny is. I'm not listening to anything with that person. Oh, I did have to look at my phone for notes for things to talk about. I remember it's coming back to me. Brian says that sounds like too few many adult beverages. LOL. Like, you should have been drunker, and then you wouldn't have been nervous about parking, and there wouldn't have been an accident, guy. Just, you only had half a 24 pack. Oh no, it's 419-359 8869. Let me double check. I don't want you calling some rando and like Nikki who. Yeah, I had to get a number with a 69 in it. Otherwise, Frankly's wouldn't dial it. Yeah, 419-359-8869. And you can make a joke about that 88 if you want. I really just got it because there's a 69 in it. And that should, I believe the phone is still on. No, I'm not using your AI. Verify my identity. Hold on, maybe the phone number won't work. Let's see. Let's verify your identity. Provide your government issued photo ID so you can use Google Voice. No, I guess I can't take phone calls. I mean, try it if it doesn't go through. That's why. Hold on. Get started. Driver's license, passport, state ID, green card. No, it really does want me to take a picture of one of those things in order to use the phone. Okay, maybe I'm not taking. I mean, like, try to call. Yeah, he said, BOU Bill Cooper said he's going to call in about 30 minutes. Yeah, go for it. I'm going to turn the volume all the way up so I can hear it when it rings. If it does, if it doesn't, that's because I'm not showing this thing my ID. Google has known I've had a YouTube account since 2011. It can see my face here. It does not need a government ID. I'm not buying liquor from it. Oh, we owe you Bill Cooper's just putting his mother to bed. Oh, that's good. Nice. Ryan asks Dandy if he knows about the peace column, like PEACE. Is that like slang for penis? Um, a massive column on Put-in Bay, taller than the Statue of Liberty, celebrating peace with the USA and Canada after the War of 1812. Dandy's like, yeah, that's Perry's Monument. I was up in it back in the 90s. I didn't know there was another name for it other than Perry's Monument. Not Perry the Platypus, but Oliver Hazard Perry, I think, something like that. But it's a long, it's a big thing with stairs up to the top, and it's hot up there because there's no windows. We owe you Bill Cooper. We'll try to call. Cool, yeah. And if it doesn't go through, then I guess I don't have a phone number anymore. Not one to put on YouTube. Okay, that's how I found out. That's cool. But yeah, now I believe it's now. It's either now. No, yeah, it would have started today in LA. They're having the Dark Shadows convention for the 60th year anniversary of the show, and I've never been to a convention for a TV show before, but I've seen some videos of them, so I'm sure there's a Q&A and maybe merch to buy, and some of the actors from the show are there, so I'm sure you can get an autograph and maybe a picture. And it's 3 days. I want to say it's today, tomorrow the 1st, and then also on the 2nd. And I think it's in LAX. It's what, like, there's a hotel in the airport, but very quickly, like, the rooms were not expensive, but they did sell out very quickly. And I, for one, I'm not going to try to, wasn't going to try to drive around LA by myself. Absolutely not. Even if I could have afforded it, there's no way that would have happened. We owe you. Bill Cooper says War of 1812. We, British Canada, burned down the original White House. Hashtag our bad. Yes. Oops. I didn't see any lights on. I didn't know anybody was home. They should make that a tradition. Just burn it down every 100 years and build a new one, because it's kind of ugly. It's kind of mid. But one thing is that, like I say, I follow one channel or one page on Facebook that it's mostly about John Carlin, but sometimes they have other Dark Shadows news. And one of the things was that, now, while David Selby was going to be there, we haven't gotten to his character in the reviews yet, but he was going to be there, kind of a big deal. But then they said, or he posted that we owe you Bill Cooper, Keck, Nikki. I know, right? Just leave a trail of jugs of syrup back to the border. Like it's tradition. Fucker, deal with it. David Selby had posted, like, due to family obligations, I won't be able to make it. Sorry, shit happens. Like, he wasn't sick or anything, but he just, couldn't do it. He had family stuff going on. So, okay, that's all right. I know, Catherine Lee Scott is supposed to be there, Maggie. But that just sucks he couldn't be there. There's other folks who were supposed to be there though. But so that just it is what it is. But then a few days later, apparently what they're doing to replace the time slot that David Selby was supposed to be in, John Carlin's son Adam was going to be there, and they are going to have this in memoriam type of thing for John Carlin, and I'm sure there's some Q&A type stuff that goes along with that. Um, okay, cool. Like his son, I haven't seen him recently, but like he does look like his dad. Like there's a very strong resemblance. I've just seen. I don't know how old those pictures are. Like from the 80s, 90s. He has much blonder hair. I know we can't tell in the review where I'm at now, where John Carlin has sort of a sandy blonde type of hair. His son is very much blonder. So that would have been a good replacement. I'm kind of even more pissed off that I was missing that. It would be cool. I don't know what it's like as far as copyright for that kind of stuff goes. Like there's interest in it. I don't see why a lot of that stuff is not being filmed and will be put on to YouTube, for example. Like I'm sure there's people filming shorts and TikTok shit. I don't watch TikTok, but you can't tell me somebody is not going to have their phone out or brought a camera along to film a whole segment, a whole Q&A, something. Maybe they are, and after it's over, I'll see something online about it. But I haven't tried to look that stuff up, to be honest. So I don't know if there's older convention stuff that is online already, and maybe I'm just complaining about something that they're gonna already do. But I would imagine if that kind of stuff already existed, people that I follow on Tumblr who are like dedicate entire blogs to Dark Shadows would have already posted that. Like there's not one. Oh, what's up, Pam? Glad you made it. Says hi to me and everyone. There are wonderful pictures on Facebook of the Dark Shadows Festival 60th anniversary. Oh, bruh, let me go there right now. I'm trying to figure out how to turn off voicemail on my phone because I don't listen to voicemails. I mostly have scammers sending me voicemail, so I get a voicemail and I look up the number. I don't answer that shit. Oh, Dark Shadows Festival photos. Yeah, it's got some older pictures up here from older festivals. Maybe it's got the current. Wait a minute, it came up before. 60th anniversary festival. There we go. It looks like there's a whole page for it. Cool. Yeah, it is going on today through August 2nd. Los Angeles Airport, Westin Hotel. Okay, cool. Yeah. they've got some photos up here. It's some of the stuff is just older photos of some of the actors as they've gotten on and gotten long in the tooth. That is cool. Pap says the cast is there. Yeah, it seems like anybody who is still with us, except for two of them, are planning on being there. We Owe You Bill Cooper 60th anniversary festival. That is great. That's a hell of a trip. 60 years, dude. I don't even know if I'm gonna live to be 60, and this is just for a TV show. I don't want to say just a TV show because it's a big deal. That is that is just wild. It's one thing to say go to back when they had The Walking Dead was airing, and every year they would have some festival meetup thing, and all the cast was there. That's cool. That's fine. But imagine people meeting the Walking Dead cast 60 years after it aired. Are there any good? I get one more audiobook on Audible next month. Is there anything good on there that I can get? Because I don't want that dollar to go to waste. I don't know what to I mean, I've gotten a few suggestions. Is there anything good on there? Pam says, yeah, 60th years of love. David Selby and Marie Wallace are not there. Yeah, I noticed she said she was not going to be there either. There's just family stuff going on. They're not sick. They're just stuff just came up, so that's totally understandable. I'm sure everybody else is going to be there, and if not, they would have filmed a little video like, hey, sorry I can't be there. Thanks for all the love and support and best wishes and all that kind of stuff. Because, like I was saying, I did listen to Hawks Harbor. I got that a couple of weeks ago. I really do like it. I'm glad I got it, but I don't really know what other. There really are not a lot of Dark Shadows books on Audible. If anyone's, that's technically not, since they had to change the names on it. Pam says there is a Dark Shadows meeting in Lyndhurst, New York on October 31st. Everyone should go. I'll be there. Yeah, they usually do something for Halloween for Dark Shadows. That's the one day of the year that's the worst for me. Jenna, no, you're not invisible. I don't know. Are you? How does that happen? Like invisible ink? Like I went to the Bic factory and fell in the invisible ink vat. I thought it was water, but now nobody can see me. Dude, if you're invisible, break and enter, like knock stuff over, make somebody think their house is haunted, like fuck with people, do it. Like get in somebody's car and move it over one parking space, like little shit like that. Like switch their cups over, like if they set the table, switch the knife and the fork and do it wrong just to fuck with them. Pam says Dark Shadows Legacy is awesome. The book, is that the one? I know Catherine Lee Scott wrote a book recently about it. She was talking about it on Facebook. Oh, comments aren't appearing. Make sure you are on live chat. Every once in a while, I forget, and I'll be on top chat. Like, why does the chat room look like this? Oh, I should know that. I've been getting into chat rooms for 11 years. Oh, Erica, what's up? Glad you made it. Dandy says, I'm curious to see Kate Jackson on Dark Shadows. LOL, I had no idea. I'm glad you mentioned her because, like, she comes onto the show and she's there. I like her just fine. But then I was on Tumblr and people were posting about Charlie's Angels, the original one. I've never seen not one episode of it. But there's like, oh, okay, Farrah Fawcett with the hair, other chick, and Kate Jackson. Oh, okay. So I see that about 3 times. I'm like, wait, Kate Jackson. And the show came on in about the 70s. There's a Kate Jackson on Dark Shadows. Actors are not allowed to have the same name, so what are the odds that a girl named Kate Jackson was on Dark Shadows and then was on a TV show in the 70s? They kind of look alike, different hair. Let me go to IMDb. It's her! I felt so stupid. Like, it's. I can't see the character's name because we haven't come up to her yet, but it's her. She's just younger and in different clothes. I can't check. She's also in one of the movies, but you can't watch that yet. You've got to watch the entire series first. Like Kate Jackson, the only one. Yeah, she is on there. Like, who's this chick? Because I had never watched Charlie's Angels, so I didn't know who this was. I'm like, oh, well, okay, I like her fine. I like her character. She does seem rather, just, it's hard to explain. Just in control of herself and just, uh, it's a Scorpio thing that they do. It's like they're very in control of themselves. It's like you can tell they're keeping themselves reined in. I'm not saying she's playing a wild, mentally disturbed character or anything, but it just kind of reserved, kind of. I like her, but then I notice that and I look her up. I'm like, oh, it must be a Scorpio thing. I just. Yeah, he says the other chick is Victoria Principal. LOL. I've heard that name, but I don't know. I forget who that is. Kind of sounds like a porn star name. No offense if she's not. Because you see promos for Charlie's Angels, and it's first of all, Farrah Fawcett looks high in some of them. I mean, it was the 70s, so I understand that stuff was going around. But Kate Jackson is always just very. Her eyes are just really intense. She just really like she's not drifting off. She doesn't look stoned. Just very intense gaze. Pam says, "I like your hat. Thank you. I love this hat. I love when." Oh, Erica says she was on it. Oh, okay. Pam says Roy. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Thinnes. It's spelled Thinnes. Thinnes. Brian says, "Nah, Nikki, not a porn star, but she was hot back in the day." I mean, those girls are cute. I mean, I guess to be fair, I didn't watch the Charlie Angels movies that they made in the 90s or 2000s or whenever that was, but I don't think I did. I think I no wait, I think I did. I think I did see the one with Drew Barrymore in it. I don't remember it. I just remember the part. Well, like she's tied up. She's got duct tape on her face, but then the dude draws these like giant red lips on the duct tape. Oh, I remembered it. I guess that was a thing. Let me. I'm just gonna go to the Brave browser and type in Dark Shadows 60 60th TH anniversary. See what comes up. Do they still have tickets on sale? I wonder what the cutoff is for that. How many people? How big is that place? How many people can they fit in there? Like, is it thousands of people? I'm pretty sure it's just like a first come first serve sort of a thing. Does it say how much tickets are? I forget. I might have looked this up back in January, but I can't remember back then. Tickets are not bad. Wow. 2-day discount rate, $30. 1-day tickets, $20. That is really not bad at all. Okay, wait, August 1st, luncheon, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. with original cast and gift bag, $70. That's kind of up there. Sunday, August 2nd, bus trip to air quotes Collinwood, $30, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It takes that long to drive around Collinwood? Hot damn. They drive them across country and then show you the actual house. No, I don't know what they're. I don't know if they put up like a real quick cardboard recreation of the house that they filmed from the outside for it or anything like that. Yeah, Jerry Lacey's gonna be there. He hasn't been on the show yet. Roger Davis, I really didn't like when he came on the show at first, and then he gets to be a little bit more unhinged, and then he got to be fun. Now, see, that's what I need to see. I need to see that 1991 series, a revival. I guess technically that's what it's called. Because it is on YouTube, like I said. It's just you can just put in you can just type in Dark Shadows, and I think it just pops up with the results anyway. And like there are like fan videos that people have made for the show and different things like that. JP's asking if Victoria Principal was on Heart to Heart. All of the purple top hat too. Oh, thank you very much. Brian says he doesn't think she was on Heart to Heart, but pretty sure she was on Dallas in the 80s. Didn't Dallas run for like 15 years? That's one I kind of low key want to get into, but you really don't. It's one thing to watch a soap opera with half-hour long shows. It's another thing to get into a soap opera with, I'm sure those episodes were an hour long by then. That's a lot of ground to cover. That really is. These Dark Shadows episodes on their own, if you just watch them on Tubi, link in the description, they just fly by so fast if you're not taking notes. Like you blink and there's the credits, and then you just got to keep watching for the next episode. But I wish these were an hour long, don't get me wrong, but that's why you have to marathon them, because they're only 21 minutes long if you cut out the credits. So they just fly by. Like, I want to see what's going to happen next, but then they jump back to the old house, and then they're in Collinwood, so you get to, oh, I want to see that other thing, get back to that. So you blow through a storyline that you're kind of about, and then you get on with the stuff you want to see. We owe you. Bill Cooper says Stephanie Powers. Okay. JP, she didn't shoot JR. Yeah, oh good. Oh, thank God. Pam says Warner Brothers and Dan Curtis's daughters are going to be at the Dark Shadows Festival. That's a trip. Oh, I know what I was going to say, because I've been thinking about this for a while, changing the topic. Oh, John Rogers, what's up? Glad you made it. I know why I like going live. I get to drink energy drinks these days. I had posted some videos about the cat guests from the other show that we go to. Lights and sirens going by. What's on fire? I'm sure you're just being dramatic, and you just want to pick up your to-go order. Just calm down. And I've sort of mentioned this in the other chat room before, but I want to sort of get my thoughts about the cat guests on record. So I wanted to mention it here. Plus, for anybody who didn't, catch what I say, I don't know what chat room I say stuff in. Because I'm either on YouTube or I'm on Twitch, because each one has a different vibe. So I don't know where I've said these things at. Maybe I've said them in both. I don't know. So I'll start with Matt Copper. He's the fellow who runs Cultivate, Elevate. Great products. I've tried some of them. I take the pearl powder currently. His real name is Matt. It's pronounced Roski, but I don't know how to spell that. But he's always wearing copper, so I call him Matt Copper. This dude is the kind of cat where you go to somebody's house and you knock on the door, and before you even hear footsteps coming up to the door or at coming, hear a cat through the door start meowing. So you know you're in for a good time. John Rogers is heading south next week, going to Missouri. Oh yeah, it is coming up on August. Cool. Safe trip. Does that town you go to have all these damn roundabouts? So all you've done is knock on the door or ring the doorbell and you already hear meowing. So you know you're in for a good time. And then they open the door and you walk inside and there's the cat. And like you can't get through the hellos and the hugs without, like, the cat is right there meowing, doing the figure eight between your legs, jumping up on your leg with the claws like it wants attention. So you go and you sit down, and as soon as you get sat, cat's in your lap. He's just right there. He's got his claws out, going through your jeans, so it really hurts. But he's talking and he's purring and he's going back and forth, and you have to keep petting him the whole time because he just wants pets and scritches. And he's talking over everybody, like you're trying to talk to your friend. Your friend's trying to talk to you. The cat talks over you the entire time. William O. Cooper says safe travels to John Rogers. Danny, yeah, the cat's trying to give you a copper mouse. Yeah, it's so what? Like he's talking the whole time. You think you're gonna pet him and calm him down. You're not. It's back and forth. It nails through your pants, so it hurts. But it's a kitty cat, and he's got short hair and blue eyes. And he just talks and talks and talks. It's just one of those chatty cats. I personally like a chatty cat. I mean, all cats are fine. You just sort of pick up on their body language to figure out what they want. But the chattier a cat is, the easier he is to understand. So I prefer a chatty cat. Maybe not like the pain with the claws out through the jeans, but he's talking. He's happy to see you. That kind of cat. That's what I think the kind of cat Matt Copper is. Just one of these, like one of these cats that sort of has the kitten energy, and they're 7 years old. Like they keep that youthfulness about them. Just interested in everything. Always has something to say. Maybe not destructive and knocking stuff over and getting zoomies in the middle of the night. But if there's somebody new, they're interested in them. John Rogers says the 100-year anniversary of Route 66 going to the festival. Oh, cool. Dandy's always wanted to do that drive. Nice. Pam says when I go to bed, my husband joins me and my two cats join us on the bed. Cat. You got to keep the monsters and the ghosts away. Like, no, I've seen that vampire show. I know what can happen at night. John says Springfield is where they started building it. Oh, cool. So we're right at the starting line for it. Then you've got a cat like yeah I was just thinking I don't quite know how to type his name, but I know Timothy Alberino or a Tim Cat. Pam says accordingly the cats are protectors and look at you as other cats. Yeah, they just think you're sort of big, kind of clumsy cats that wear pants and are not good at hunting, but they always seem to bring food into the house. So they kind of feel sorry for us. Like, you big dumbass, come here, I'll do it. So Tim Cat is you knock on the door, you go inside, you say hello and all that stuff like that, but you don't hear any meowing. You really don't see any cat toys, any destruction. You don't even know they have a cat until you sit down and you're talking with your friend, but then you notice something in the corner of your eye, sort of in the doorway to the next room, and you look over, and there's a cat just sitting there, just looking at you. So just like, "Hi, kitty cat, come get petted. He's so pretty," all that stuff like that, and they just look at you like, I know you're not talking to me like that," but they're not trying to approach you. They're just staring at you like you're an exhibit at the zoo. So you don't want to jump up and scare them. So you try to talk them over. They don't want to come over. So you go back to talking to your friend. So you chat for a little while. A couple of minutes go by. You look over. You notice here's the cat. Now they're about 2 feet closer, but they're still just staring at you. Have not said a word. They're just closer to you and still staring at you. Just like, "Hi, kitty cat. You want to come over here?" And you get one of those. So you don't want to piss them off. You don't want to scare them. It's a cat. So you go back to talking to your friend again. And then a few minutes later, you look over. And this time, like they're close enough where like you would have to bend over to touch them. But again, you don't want to scare them. They're just out of your striking range. But they're sitting there and they're just looking up at you. Maybe they're trying to like sniff at you, but they're just really in observation mode. So you just, you talk to your friend again. Like finally, that's when you start to notice like they gotta reach forward really far and it sniff at you. Like they're not touching you, but they're just close enough to get a whiff of you. They start doing that. That's when you put your hand down, and that's when they sniff your hand, and that's when they get close enough that you can start petting them. Like they're not a mean cat. I don't think he's a mean cat. He's just very standoffish. He's not the jump in your lap cat. He's not the chatty cat. Just really waiting to see like who is this person they let into the house. They didn't ask me like, are they gonna be weird? But that's the kind of cat he is. That's when he gets closer, sniffs your fingers, then you can pet him. Might get some leg rubs, but they're certainly not all up in your area. So just not mean, just very cautious. Wheel You Bill Cooper says one of our cats will make you work for it. Cause cats are like Leos. You give them compliments, and then they want to be near you. So I just try that. I just try talking to them, and they respond to being spoken to. Uh, Pam, yeah. There is a cat. One of the characters on Dark Shadows is canonically a cat. That's a real thing that happens. Maybe it's Josette because Willie brought down just a bowl of milk for Maggie, and she was drinking it with a spoon. So I'm like, was Josette a cat? Was Brian, or not Brian, but Brian Collins, was Barnabas Collins lying there so long that he turned his memory of Josette cat into a person? And that's why Maggie has such a hard time being Josette because nobody told her Josette's a cat. And so that's why Barnabas is like, this is not working out. Real Yubo Cooper says the other one we call face whore because he rubs his face into strangers and anything else. He just wants to get a scent on absolutely everything. This food rubs his face on it. Is that a phone rubs his face on it? Oh, Brian's asking John what he thinks of the Harry's monument. I mean, it's not phallic or anything. It's just a really tall building, like a. Is it like a lighthouse? Is there a light at the top? I just remember it being so stuffy up there. JP says, I have two cats, and another was living under my deck. I brought him in last week. Now I have three. Aw, cat. Pam says, they have the 1991 series cast now, and Joanne going. They all look so old now, yeah. The one actor who's really held up really well looks almost exactly the same, like no shit. Nancy Barrett, Carolyn, like check her out. I mean, everybody's eyelids get a little bit droopy when they get older, but she almost looks, I mean, like she kept it together. She almost looks exactly the same. Brian says, so funny when Tim Cat said, yes, I'm a cat. When frankly sent in the question on that serious. We need a clip of that so bad. Like, yes, I am a cat. How many years has this been going on and he finally admitted it? Oh, John says, yeah, that monument is tall, but he hasn't seen it in years. Has it worn down over the years? I don't think I've been there in like 30 years. Oh, Brian's telling JP to better to bring them in than leave food outside to attract more. Yeah, then pretty soon. I had one cat, Mittens. I don't know if I told you about Mittens before, but he would always randomly. One day we would see him with another cat, like, "Hey Noah, I'm showing you where the food is. Come check it out." Because he was friendly with everybody. Brian says Tim Cat has kids. I didn't. Oh, he just got kittens. Aw, I thought he was single. Okay. He's such a kitty cat and get scratches. I'm not. That's one thing about Matt Copper. I'm trying to figure out what kind of cat he is because he has blue eyes, but I don't think he's a Siamese cat. Still trying to nail that one down. I think Tim Cat is like a tabby cat with the stripes. He just has a striped cat vibe to him. JP saying to Dandy, yes, I fed him at first and saw he was young, 4 months. I think he was dropped off. I named him Chester, like the Cheshire Cat. Oh, he fits it well. Oh, he just like dematerializes. Oh, Brian's saying that they have some bands over on Put in Bay for USA 250. I'll be damned. We owe you, Bill Cooper. Yeah, tabby cat fits. Like you can almost see the stripes. And whenever somebody calls him a cat, you can just see his ears go flat, like he's pissed off. Like I'm not a cat. Pam says between Dark Shadow's 60th anniversary and the 60th Star Trek anniversary, it's giving Meg a heart attack. I didn't realize this is the. It's been 60 years since Star Trek. Oh, JP says I checked pet stores and the vet for missing cats. He's not missing anymore. Aw, kitty. Brian says I'm extremely interested in finding out who built it. For who built it. It was just there. It was just there, and we named it like Matt Copper says about these huge old buildings. They were just there, and we just named them. Oh, Pam says, check out the website for the 60th anniversary of Dark Shadows. All of the present and past original cast. I posted the website. Aw. I'm sure they've got a really good, in memoriam for the ones who have passed. See, that's why I would be afraid to go because I know at some point I'm going to cry. It's like I'm crying in front of all the strangers. Pam says, go to your regular shelter of dogs and cats and get an animal that needs love. Aw. Yeah, they need love too. Now, Matt McCat, that guy, he's the kind of cat where, again, like you knock on the door, you ring the doorbell, hi, whatever, hugs, go inside, sit down, start talking. And their cat is just like on the couch, in a cardboard box in their kitty bed somewhere, zonked the fuck out, to just dreaming away, sleeping like nobody's in the room. And then you spend about 45 minutes talking. And it's not like you're trying to be quiet, it's not like you're trying to be loud, but you're just having a regular visit. And this cat just stays asleep. Oh, you've got a kitty cat. That didn't wake him up. I don't want to bother him. So ever since I got insomnia, I felt bad about waking up cats. I know they don't get it, but I've had it before. So ever since then, I'll just let the cat sleep. But you have your visit. You're talking away. Almost an hour goes by. And that's when you notice like they're getting up, they're doing the big stretch, arms like that, backs all the way up, tails up, doing the like they just worked a 12-hour shift and crashed out, and now they're just waking up. So that they wake up like that, they're still groggy. Then they look over and notice you, like, oh, dude, I didn't know we had company. So they mosey on over. They're doing the leg rubs. They're getting petted. Maybe they jump up on the couch with you so you can pet them. Might even like lay back down. Like now he's exhausted. Like, they gotta like lay down and they're right against your leg. Just chilling out. That's the kind of cat Matt McCat is. Just totally chill. Oh, what's up? I bitch slap Satan. Glad you made it. She's like, oh, bro, you should have told me we had people coming over. That's cool. Just sits down next to you. Maybe they go eat first, but then they come back and they want to be petted. And we might have a couple of things to say, but on the whole, not a really chatty Matt Copper kind of cat. And I think he's a tuxedo cat. Because he used to do this thing where in the wintertime he would just let his beard grow naturally, and he would get these like gray, like not the whole thing, but it seemed like just like black beard, but then like right here some gray would grow in. But then in the summertime he would dye it black. But yeah, I think he's a tuxedo cat. Pam says cats take away stress from human beings. They really do chill you out. When you have a little guy in a fursuit just hanging out in your house, it really helps out. Pam says Jonathan Frid on his outings across the country got to be with an elephant, Arnold the pig from Green Acres, and Bozo the clown at Halloween at the White House. That's a perfect place for a clown. Where did you post the website? Is that or wait, the comment section doesn't open up until the show ends. My bad. Reload. I keep forgetting to type festival. Maybe that's why the results are not coming up. Festival. Terror at Collinwood. I think I've heard about this website before. Oh, they're going to visit the Greystone Mansion from the 1991 series, so that must be different than the house from the OG series. I didn't realize Marie Wallace played more than one character. It took me a while to figure that out. But then it took me a while to figure out that Dennis Patrick played more than one character. I remember when I realized what it was, but it took me, I think, my second go through to just be staring at this dude. Uh, Damn, they really do have. They've got the girl who played Sarah Collins. They've got I don't want to say the characters' names because they're spoilers. We haven't gotten to them yet. They've got Terry Crawford, Donna Wandry, Donna McKechnie. Is that how you pronounce it? Wow. Lisa Richards. James Hall is there. That's the fellow who played Willie Loomis in like the first week. The guy that Carolyn almost shot. He's there. Wow, he's still with us. More power to him. That is awesome. Yeah, some of the folks from the that 1991 series. Again, I have not seen that yet. Grayson Hall's son there, a fella named Sam Hall. That's again we just got on to Dr. Julia Hoffman. I'm glad she's on the show. I can't show you right now on my phone, but there's like the cutest fan art I found. It's Dr. Hoffman, Barnabas, and Willie, and it's the most adorable picture. I'll have to try to use that somewhere. Read the chat room. Pam says, okay, rumor has it that the AI animated series starts from where they left off in 1971. Whoa, Barnabas makes Julia a vampire so they can go to 2027 together. Now, is that the one that they're working on right now for Warner Brothers? Because the articles that I found, they don't have a lot of information, but they didn't mention AI. Oh, Brian's saying to Pam, he's right there with you on the rescue pets. Have had a few, gave them a decent home. Aw. Kitty cat. Barnabas he does need a cat. I think he's a cat person. I saw a post. Oh, Pam, yes. Okay, yeah, I didn't realize it. They sure did leave that out of all the articles talking about the new series. They didn't mention AI in these. Of course they did all. You know when information comes out and you check it out in a few places and it's not a lot of information and it's all the same information. Like I don't watch the news, but this is that's how it was. You look up these articles and they're all from the same day, 2 months ago, and they all basically say the same thing. They mention the movie that Tim Burton did. They mention the original series run, and just say it's in the works. An adult, dark retelling. How adult do you mean? Like Family Guy adult? Well, like rated R. Brian says Nikki M. Carla needs a kitten. Just saying. I love cats. I just can't afford one. I can't afford the heartbreak when he passes before I do. Oh, what's up, Beat Chap? Glad you made it. So I was looking at just randomly get an idea to watch something, and I was just thinking about American Horror Story. I've brought it up before. It starts out really strong. It's really good, and then it just sort of it falls apart, and I really did not keep up with it. And apparently they're doing another season. They're doing season 13, which like just finished up filming, and it's supposed to come out in September. And I'm really only interested in that because it's going to have like Jessica Lange is coming back. They have Evan Peters, who's hot as fuck. Great actor, really great actor. He's younger than me, and he's so good. Ugh. Pam says Jim Pearson and I are friends for 35 years. That's incredible, man. Dandy said I agree about the heartbreak. Yeah, like I had a kid named Captain Hector Barbosa. He did not make it to 2. And then my last 2 cats were old fellas, so it was their time, but it doesn't make it any easier. Pam says be a foster mom cat. Have you seen the Lestat the Vampire? Is the play that closed after 2 weeks? I haven't. That's the only time Tom Cruise was good in a role in Interview with a Vampire. That is it. He is overrated. Like all the cult Scientology stuff aside, overrated as an actor, not fuckable. They say he's short, but I think they said he's like 5'7" or 5'8", so that's if you're a guy you want to be maybe 5'9" at the most. 5'7", okay, but so I watched this video about it's the entire American Horror Story series. Like people have their favorite seasons, but on the whole, it seemed like this person sort of fell off with it, and it was like maybe an hour long. So I'm like, good, he's going to touch on every season. And it really does, talking about how, like, yes, the first season is popular, it got the ball rolling, there was really nothing like it. It does have its weak points. So, like, he's being totally fair with it, English guy. And he goes on through the other seasons, like everybody says that the first four seasons are solid. And then you get to um Hotel when Jessica Lange left and they added Lady Gaga. Heck, Nikki, not fuckable sounds worse than friend zone. Like, we'll be friends. All my friends don't have to be sexy, but just, dude, you're not hot at all. Like, do you think this is a good picture of me? No, I don't. I don't. Just stop showing them to me. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to disappoint you. Just don't bring it up. This is a good shot of me, right? Who told you that? If you trust their opinion, man, I just should try not to answer this. Just change the subject. Change the subject. Just don't. Like I never thought he was hot. Again, just this mid actor. Um, he really did. He really was the worst part about when they did the Mummy in 2017. Like the movie is not bad. It would have been better if they got no Tom Cruise in it. And then they spend this whole chunk of the movie that has nothing to do with anything. It's just Tom Cruise and his buddy that does not advance the plot in any way. It just gives Tom Cruise more screen time, has nothing to do with it. And like, yes, okay, I know that they have uh, uh, a gladiator guy, Russell Crowe. He's actually a good actor. I don't care for him in real life. He's actually a good actor, though. Dude was putting on the weight back then. Like that was more fun to watch than the little subplot with Tom Cruise and his friend. They're honestly the worst part about it. The rest of the movie is just fine. It's a little bit dark, like lighting wise, not as terrible as everybody says. Like it is worth a watch. It's not The Last Jedi. Like do check it out. It's certainly not The Mummy from 1999, the best film ever, but it's a very serviceable. Honestly, just watch the original Mummy with Boris Karloff. That's better. Beach chap Tom Cruise did cruise control on the car. LOL. Yeah, like he just has a midget down there driving. That's not him. Pam says my cat died in my arms. Cranberry 1.5 years ago. You can feel her in my bed. Life does go on. Yeah, that's what happened with Gamer Cat. I was right with him for the last, I don't know, maybe 14 hours with him. It's nice to have a pet. It's hard when I need to stop talking about this to make me cry. When somebody dies, the closer, the more time they spent with you, the harder it is to deal with the loss of them. So, like, it's one thing to lose an aunt or an uncle that you only saw at holidays versus something that's in your house every single day. And when you honestly have to readjust how you do everything in your life because they're not around anymore. I've been through that enough. Oh, damn. Pam said I couldn't go to the DS 60th festival as I usually help Jim Pearson. But I had open heart surgery. Oh, damn. Well, like, I would go, but I've got this hole in my chest and a bunch of doctors looking at it. So, no offense, but priorities. Damn. Beach the character Maverick, the real bully in the movie. Oh, is he a dick in the film, too? Is he the shortest guy in the cast? He's got to stand on a box and make everybody else stand in a trench to make him look taller on screen, which is a real thing. Pam says we all need to love one another, forgive one another, and improve our earth, feed the hungry. I was involved in the Desert Storm, and the Republic Guard in Iraq killed babies in the air. That's crazy. Yeah. See, I won't even get pets in Minecraft. I mean, you can get them. They've got cats and other critters and horses and all that. Can't do it because one day there's going to come a time when I don't log in anymore, and I don't want them to be stuck there. Do you ever watch? I can't watch this anymore, but watch Futurama. Watch an episode called Jurassic Park. I can't watch it anymore. It fucks me up too bad. William Bill Cooper said, I'm able to try your number. Oh no, you can ask. Yeah, go ahead and try the number. If it doesn't work, it's just because when I go to voice, it says, let's check your ID with an exclamation point inside of a circle. Says to enable calling and messaging, you must verify your identity first. It says that, and it's got a picture of my avatar at the very top of the screen, so you know who I am. Learn more. Okay, users who request a new Google Voice number cannot send or receive messages or calls until they complete identity verification. Well, I've had this number for over a year, so that should not even apply to myself. How we use your information? We're looking for children. Protect against fraud and abuse. There's plenty of abuse going on YouTube where you taking a picture of an ID will not change it. So I like according to this, it should go through because I've already had this number since for a minute. Uh, let's see. Brian says LMAO for ladies and the 5'7" not fuckable. I've had 3 wives and 4 kids. Know how to do few things is right. See, I'm 5'3". I'm not trying to date somebody I can see eye to eye with. That just make like I don't feel short in real life, but if I'm looking at you and we're making direct eye contact and we're not wearing shoes, it just makes my girl penis go limp. I mean, I can be friends with anybody. Don't get me wrong, but it's different when it comes to sexy time. How can we help you? Describe your issue. You are gay. Send. You're seeing help for your account. Email to see help for a work or school account. This is a work account. I work here. I use this phone number for work. People don't call me on this number when I'm not working. Even though this is fun, it's technically work. Sign in. I am signed in. Sign in. Pam said they had to drain my lungs of fluid and that was painful. Oh, damn. Ugh. There's not supposed to be lungs in there. Pam says, I am a disabled veteran. You have a wonderful podcast, Nikki. Oh, thank you. I love doing this. I love seeing you guys. Pam says, Jim has a direct link for me so I can see what's going on at the Dark Shadows Festival. I'm lucky. Well, like somebody's got a live cam, live streaming it. Ah, see, they should have that right now. There should be a Dark Shadows on a YouTube channel, like live streaming it right now. Let me just type in Dark Shadows. Oh, it's talking about American Horror Story. I'm sorry. Oh damn. We owe you. Bill Cooper says it says I'm sorry or we're sorry. The number you have dialed is not in service. It is in service. They're just being a cock block. Okay, I didn't know about that till today, so my bad. I'll have to try to work something out between now and let me see what next month looks like. Okay, next month, the last Friday of the month is the 28th, so I'll try to work out something between then and now for a yeah, because I didn't even get a pop up for you. We owe you, Bill Cooper. That's not your fault. That's Google's fault. So between then and now, I'll try to find some other way to get a phone number for this thing. I wish my actual phone number, like let me have two phone lines for what I'm paying for this fucker. Because it's unlimited for a whole year, and you pay for the whole year all at once. And it's something like $380 after tax. It's up there. For all that, they should let me have a second phone number. I'll try to work something out for a phone number because it's fun taking calls. But American Horror Story Hotel, that's when I started watching it for Lady Gaga. This was after she had come out with Art Pop, but before we got punished with Joanne. This was 2015. Honestly, the best thing about, like, I love Mr. March, Evan Peters' character. I like Sarah Paulson's character, but I love Dennis O'Hare as Liz Taylor. Not Elizabeth Taylor, but he's a cross dresser. He's not a tranny. He still has all of his bits. It's not about surgery. He's just a gay man that dresses like a woman, like completely bald, fabulous gowns, jewelry, rings, like makeup is done, and he just calls himself Liz Taylor. But Mr. March is from the 20s, so he calls her Cleopatra. Love that season. I like how it ends. It made me bawl my fucking eyes out. Really liked it though, but comparing it to the seasons prior, they traded Jessica Lange, who was very classy, for Gaga, who was just sex. And she also was not dieting very much that then. But it's still a great season. I love that season. It really only has a few low parts. That's when it has Lily Rabe playing Eileen Wuornos for an episode. Ooh, I gave myself chills. If you've seen Monster and Charlize Theron play her, it's just as good as that. It's incredible. Lily Rabe, oh my god, this chick. But then the next season was Roanoke. A lot of people don't like it because it's structured like a uh, unscripted TV show. Like, we grew up with the real world. My generation did. So to see something done that looks like an unscripted TV show with like people going into the confessional booth and doing that, I'm okay with that. This is before everything was a reality TV show as well. But I was cool with it. It's really like there's one twist in it that okay, I was cool with. It really doesn't fail me until the very last episode, and I'm like, that's just one twist too many. Pam says, yes, I was in 1991 Desert Storm, but did not realize Dark Shadows was back on. I was lying wounded in bed, and I heard the Dark Shadows music and could not believe my eyes seeing Ben Cross. And I contacted Jim Pearson. We owe you, Bill Cooper. You don't get to hear my wonderful voice. I know. I was looking forward to that too. Damn it. This fucking year, man. Pam says he told me to come to the Dark Shadows Festival in California, which I did. He arranged Jonathan Frid to sit at my table. He was a World War II veteran, and Mr. Frid helped me And the rest is history. Oh my god. He seems like a nice fella. Beach Chat brings up September 11th. Why was it maybe 3 months ago? Suddenly, I was getting so many recommended videos for never before released footage from September 11th. That's not something I look up. Like, I don't watch a lot of September 11th stuff. Like, I remember that day. I don't need to relive it. Like, I'm not traumatized by it. I wasn't there. I didn't know anybody who died in it. I remember it, though. I don't need to revisit it like that, but suddenly I'm getting recommendations for it everywhere. Is it some kind of anniversary? Is it like the 25th anniversary of it this year? Maybe that's why, but YouTube, chill out. Here's 3 hours of footage, including commercials of what aired that day. Like, South Park already covered that. Pam says, Nikki, you have a wonderful kindness in your heart. And so do the rest of other people here. Yeah, all these people are some of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Oh, Nightcock, what's up? Glad you made it. I guess I know a lot of jerks, but then all of the best people I know I've met online in the last 11 years. And the best birthday parties I've ever had in my entire life are when I go live for my birthday on YouTube. Nightcock says, yeah, I feel like it was being pushed out by the YouTube. Like, I don't. Like, okay, it was kind of racist when I was getting a lot of thumbnails of black people in them in February, but you don't need to start pushing the September 11th stuff in May. Well, like, what if I did know somebody who was killed in the attacks? Like, do you really think that person wants to see that stuff in the spring and be reminded of it? Like, bruh. But yeah, I liked Roanoke. I had fun with it. And then I liked it so much, I was sort of excited to watch Cult. That's the one where it came out in 2017 and it really leaned heavily into the 2016 election. I don't care about politics, so and that's a big part of that season. So I was really Evan Peters was there. That's why I was watching it. But I don't care what these people care about an election process. And people are like crying and freaking out over the results. And you're not voting for them. You're not voting for them. I can't believe you voted for them. And just, I already went to, quite frankly, I get enough of that. Heck, if you are including me, you're making me blush, Nikki. Yeah, you too. Like 99% of the folks I know online are the best people ever, and they happen to live in the fucking Andromeda galaxy. Like, they cannot be farther away. Or just like nobody's in the same town. Not even my brother lives in this town anymore. He moved away. Everybody is in other places. Pam says I was at 9/11 rescuing people out of the World Trade Center. I was in New York City auxiliary police, and you heard people jumping out of the windows. Oh, I was on duty for 27 hours. Bruh. That would have been scary as hell. Just silent, screaming, splat, splat, crash, and like I know I'm using like comic booky type of words, but that's just I don't really need to see bodies explode like that. If it's not a video game, I don't need to see this in real life, man. This oh my god, it keeps happening. I know I like the song Raining Blood, but this is ridiculous. But personally, for me, when American Horror Story fell off, like jumped the shark, like there's really no coming back from this, is when they did an entire bottle episode. Can't think of her name. With Lena Dunham. They really had to waste an entire episode on this bitch. Like, yes, we had Evan Peters playing Andy Warhol. He played a lot of people in that season, but that's when they really crashed and burned for me. And then they did Apocalypse, which is just terrible. And then they did 1984, which only got good in the last 3 episodes when Lily Rabe came on. And like there was like one funny line earlier in the season, but then I was just done with it. William Bill Cooper says, "Thank you, Pam. God bless you and keep you." So apparently I don't like they did something called, I might be getting the chronology wrong with this. They did something called American Horror Stories, which I think every single episode was like its own specific little story. Or maybe there was one where it's like half of the season was one way and then the other half of the season was something else. I didn't see that. They did American Horror Story. It was either called New York or New York City. I did watch that, but honestly, it was just spooky Pose. If you didn't watch Pose, that came on in 2018. It ran for 3 seasons. That's something else I did tune into. It was like the same person who created American Horror Story made that. It did have Evan Peters, so I was there for season 1, of course. Really good show. It centers around, it is in New York City. Centers around ballroom culture. It has a lot of gay, transsexual actors playing these characters, and so it starts in '87. Suddenly people start getting sick. It was the beginning of AIDS, so people are just getting sick and dying and all that stuff. It's sad. Um, but really good characters. I had a good time watching it. It's got its fun moments. It's got its sad moments. It's got its drama. All that stuff. But it was on for 2 years, and then they sort of took a year off in 2020, and they did a third season in 2021. I didn't get to see the third season until earlier this week. I found a way to watch it for free. Thank the gods for Tumblr. Somebody shared a website that carries it's free ways to watch movies and TV shows and like video games and books and plays and stuff like that. But it has current movies that I don't care about. But I wanted to see the last season of Pose. It was only 8 episodes, so I did get to see that. I did get to watch it finish up because the first season is 1987. The second season is 1990. So Vogue came out. Everybody's like they're playing Vogue in the background, and you're like making that ballroom scene mainstream. And then the last season takes place in it's 1994. Yeah, people have AIDS, but they have drugs to try to counter that, but it's still in the early days of it, so you don't know what these drugs are going to do. And a lot of these people are like people of color, so they're just excluded from stuff anyway, plus they're gay and trans and all this, so they're just society's just looking down on them, and their parents are giving them shit for just being that way and all this kind of thing. It's funny because this one kid, he's living in his house with his parents, this black guy. He's gay, so he's got his gay magazines. He's going to dance class after school, trying to keep it a secret. His parents can't know he's gay. But one day he comes home, and his dad's there. Well, what are these magazines? I don't have a gay son. Get out of my house. People are going to know. So he throws this boy out on the front yard, throws his gay porn mags on the front yard. The neighbors can see it's daytime. They can see what's going on. The mom's standing at the door. So you're shouting at your son for being gay, throwing his gay porn mags on the ground, but you don't want people to know you have a gay son. Like, dude, you just announced it to the entire neighborhood. I mean, it's not cool he got kicked out of his house, but I'm like, you didn't want anybody to know. You might as well have just called everybody on the block. I just kicked my gay son out of the house. I can't believe this shit. But it like a couple of the main characters do get AIDS, and one of them does eventually, pass away, and it is very sad. It has its highs, it's got its lows. they do kind of wrap everything up. Like everybody, like the other characters live happily ever after and all that kind of a thing. But I'm glad I got to see the end of it. But that's sort of what American Horror Story New York was, because Pose takes place in New York. It has gay people. American Horror Story New York takes place in New York and has gay people. And they sort of depict AIDS as some kind of demon sweeping through, and Patty LuPone's in it. And like, I like the one main actor, but it's just spooky Pose. It's like Pose if they had creepy pastas going on. I just did not feel like I was watching American Horror Story. I thought it was like a Halloween episode of Pose that happened to be an entire season long. But I did tune in for that. I think I was watching that on the FX app or something like that. Pam says, between the Gulf War and that, it changed my heart to really care for the human race. And of course, Jim Pearson and Jonathan Frid came into my life. Being a veteran, as I protected the Constitution, Trump is evil for raping children and women. We must care and vote. The Republicans want to destroy our democracy. We must vote in November. Oh, I bet that Satan says I can't have pets anymore. Heartbroken. You can't go to a hospital ever. Can't trust doctors ever. Yeah, if I won't go to a hospital, I'm not going to take my pet to the vet and scare him there. So JP says American Horror Story was getting too creepy for me. It's good but intense stuff. I guess it did get scary because at one point they added Kim Kardashian to a season. I'm not watching that trash. Not watching that piece of garbage in a TV show. So whatever season, if I was trying to watch I was going to marathon the whole series, I would skip whatever season she's in and then continue on. But it does seem like for this last season, they're bringing back some good actors, people that I would want to see. Because they start doing what this guy in the review said. Like he sort of fell off with 1984. I get it. But he said, well, what they started doing, that they started referring to themselves, so it became more about nostalgia for itself rather than telling new and interesting stories, and that just sort of watered it down and made you not care about it. Like that's all Apocalypse is. It's just beating off prior seasons, bringing back other characters. Okay, yeah, they're gonna have for American Horror Story season 13. Sarah Paulson, Evan Peters, Emma Roberts, Billy Lord, Kathy Bates, Angela Bassett, Gabourey Sidibe, Leslie Grossman, and Jessica Lange. Ooh, I got chills, man. They're all good. And that comes out in September 24th, so on FX. So like I'm sure I'll try to maybe I'll try to keep. I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to review it for the channel, just for myself. If it's good enough, I'll talk about it. But still be talking about Dark Shadows. Like I do want to see it for myself, just for those actors, in case it's good. And if it sucks, I'm not paying for it. So I can watch it for free. Like you can buy it on. Like Pose season 3, like they had it like each episode was $3. I'm not paying you $3 for each episode of this. You can suck me off for $3 an episode. I bet Slap Satan grew up in New York City in the 80s. Oh man. Pam says most Dark Shadows fans and Star Trek fans are Democrats. Equality for all. Trump administration can't stand. They don't like Trekkies and Dark Shadows fans. The actors used to protest Vietnam War and the Civil Rights Movement. Yeah, I didn't realize Vietnam was going on at the time, but then you watch Dark Shadows, and they spend a lot of time in years that are not current year for them. So I guess that's how they get around bringing up the topic. B-Chap says the powers that be just place whoever they want in office. It's a selection. I bet Chap Satan says, wow, though, those were the days I grew up in New York City. That's wild, because I had so much trouble figuring out the subway system, and then people just live there and use it. Dandy says Frank's show last night was amazing for the info he put out. I've been looking into that stuff for years. Folks in the chat room seem to have been digging what he was saying. I can't ever hear what he's saying when he has that guest on, so I always have the video off. I don't like to have listen to the host being interrupted for 2 hours straight. I just can't take it anymore. Aw, Pam says the Dark Shadows actors are hugging the fans right now. Just love. Oh man, I would freak out. Like, oh my god. I didn't notice is David Hennessy gonna be there? Like, oh, little David's got gray hair now. Brian says you guys are the only Dark Shadows fans I know of. Old Star Trek is cool. But he says, hell yes, I'm Make America Great Again. It's so weird because it is, if you don't know about the show, it doesn't come up, like there are not reruns of it on TV. There are not, they didn't sell Dark Shadows t-shirts at Hot Topic. So it's really not, people don't reference it in other media. So it really does not come up unless you are already know about it, like a friend of a friend, kind of like that's how I found out about it. A friend that I knew who grew up watching it got me into it. So it's not like they mentioned it on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like those words just did not come up for whatever reason. Like nobody wants to bring up Dark Shadows, but a lot of this vampire media gets its cues from it. Oh, Pam says during the late 70s and 80s and joined the army in 87. Ryan says, I was never worried about catching AIDS by simply touching somebody or their things. That's some Fauci fake news. Oh, JP, yeah, Kathy Bates disemboweled someone the last time I watched American Horror Story. That would have been Roanoke. Good season. Yeah, it's just, because no other season that I saw is set up like a reality TV show. So it's fun to see that. And the reason why Sarah Paulson's hair is so short in Roanoke is because in Hotel, that fried blonde, scraggly hair, that was her own hair. She murdered it with bleach for that character, and it was so fucked up she had to cut it all off. So that's why she's got this super short, cute haircut in Roanoke. She honestly murdered her own hair for that role. Great character though. Her character is supposed to be someone from like grunge era, 1994 esque. Rio Bill Cooper says it's a big club and you ain't in it. From George Carlin. Rio Bill Cooper says purple is certainly your color. Oh, thank you. I like cooler colors. Maybe warm colors look good on me. I'm not really into like the reds, orange, yellows, unless I was being silly on purpose, which I can do. I just prefer the cooler, like green, black, gray type of colors. It's easy around the eyes. Like I can't wear like this has a little bit of a logo on it, and it's fine, but the makes my chest look huge. It's not that big. But my other shirts that I wear around the house, they've got logos on them or just, something on the chest, some kind of decal. I flip them inside out so I can't see that because for a while it would just hurt my eyes too much. So I had to take all my black shirts and I always wear them inside out. And I'm just used to that now because I don't want it hurting my eyes. Oh no, David Hennessy. That's okay. You might, as long as nobody's missed because they're sick, they have family obligations. I get it. Maybe their family member's sick. Maybe they had a big family vacation. You don't know. It's kind of none of our business, but I just don't want anybody to be missing stuff because they're ill. It's bad enough you can't go and you're sick on top of it. O'Brien he bought a big ass tarp. You have a boat? I thought you had a kayak, Brian. Holy shit. What's your boat's name? I bitch slap Satan says we used to play in the abandoned subway tunnels and stations at 14. Dude, that's an adventure. JP says it was a good season. It is. I guess if you don't like that style of storytelling, because for a while some of the actors just honestly have their phones and they're filming themselves and filming other stuff. So like it's a little bit shaky, but I mean, if it was that shaky, they wouldn't have used the edit. But it does give you the feeling like, like your friend saw something fucked up, so they pulled out their phone and filmed it, and then you get to watch it after the fact. So it does make you feel more like holy shit, this could really happen to any of us if they're filming it on a cell phone. They're really in this house, and the shit is really going down. Like, no, I saw a ghost. I've got it on film. See, it's bruh. Dandy says my Blue Whale Tavern t-shirt is coming this week. Can't wait. Pam says Dark Shadows is a part of American culture and New Horror Stories copy from it. There is a new vampire show coming on CBS called Eternally Yours. That sounds like it's definitely geared towards the emo girls. Oh, Pam says you look great, Nikki. Oh, thank you. Try to do something with my hair. It's a trip to think I'll be able to do this tomorrow for a review, doing 2 shows in a row. Pam says you have to be careful for buying Dark Shadows t-shirts. A lot of scammers. Yeah, that is true. That's one thing I get. Again, that page that I follow, that's mostly John Carlin stuff. People will put in every once in a while an ad for shirts, and folks are like, the admins will come in like, I had to take that down. It just links to some, I don't know, someplace in Saudi Arabia. So look out for those. There are scammers selling Dark Shadows merch. Oh, Brian has both. Okay. Well, what's your does your kayak have a name? Do you name a kayak or just the boat has a name? Brian says the third blonde hot wife talked me into the kayaks for some reason. LOL. Oh, Pam says Eternally Yours is a single camera vampire comedy series created by Joe Port and Joe Wiseman. The deal behind CBS's adaptation of Ghosts TV, Insider TV, Insider Plus One. I haven't heard of those. Other shows centers on Charles, Ed Weeks, and Liz Allegra Edwards, a vampire couple whose 500-year marriage has grown dull. It's only been 500 years. Like, there aren't new places to go and stuff to see. Let me look that up. Search. TV series, comedy, just going to IMDb. IMDub. Follows the journey of a married vampire couple struggling to accept their daughter's human boyfriend after being together for 500 years. Like that'd be like having a pet. You know how fast he's gonna die? You want to date him? I don't think I know any of these people. I sure don't. Yeah, I don't know any of these people. Cast is Like, I'm sure these people have been in other things. I don't know these people by name. Has it come out yet? Well, let's tell me. Uh, wait, CBS. Uh, Ed Weeks. He looks sort of familiar. What's he been in? Nothing I've seen. Wait, how old is he? Born in 1980? Maybe I've seen him in something. Uh, I guess not. Yeah, there's a great, it's a screenshot of a tweet. It says, I hate starting a new show. Who are these people? Who's Allegra Edwards? Well, she was born in 1988. I don't know if I've seen her in anything. Oh, she's in they brought back King of the Hill, which doesn't count. Probably not at that age. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe it'll be good. I mean, I can always check out one episode. If a TV show can't get you hooked on one episode, then I don't know to can't help you there, bro. Yeah, Danny, you'll have to tweet or post in Discord when you do get your shirt. William Bill Cooper says still laughing about Lady Penis. Yeah, it's just can't get hard over that. Just a short king, just really because you can't like I'm not the type to. But what if you want to wear heels and then you're 3 inches taller and you have to look down at your husband? Like I don't want to feel like Dorothy in the Land of Oz. Unless you give me the drugs Judy Garland was on, like this is not gonna be fun for me. I don't want to trip over you and twist my ankle. Then your midget ass has to carry me out. Like I've seen Game of Thrones. Okay, Tyrion's an interesting guy. Wouldn't want to date him, and you can call me any kind of sizist for not wanting to date a pint-sized dude. But like, I don't want to have a thing for fucking somebody who's roughly toddler size. Like that seems like a weird fetish to have. Like nothing against you, dude, but like if I could like stretch you out into human size, it might be different. But Pam says Barnabas and Julia as vampires, another copycat. She says, I don't know them either. Yeah, who are these people? Uh, plus, it's a comedy. Like, you don't, nobody ever wants to play vampires seriously either. It's always like, haha, they suck blood. They're not up during the day. You sleep in a box. Brian says the kayak is lifetime American made. The boat is 18 feet. Sylvan ski boat named Catching. Oh, it's on the first week of October at 8:30 p.m. Eternally Yours. I'll have to watch that after it airs. I'm kind of if it's during the week, I'm still somewhere at 8:30. In the chat room then. Walter and I are married 38 years on October 1st. Hot damn, that's cool. See, I've got my New Year's Day the second week of October. I mean, yeah, just if I happen to remember about it, I can catch it on the what a CBS app after the fact. Um, you know, it's I don't have to watch it the second it airs. It's okay. It'll keep. Um, and certainly nobody is going to be talking about it on YouTube for me to watch the review of it. So it's like, I can check out an episode, and if it's not good or if the guys aren't hot enough, I don't have to stay. Brian says, fortunately, I've never met any chicks with a penis. William Bill Cooper asks, 38 years, does it feel like 500? Keck, just kidding. Pam Jonathan Frid played Barnabas seriously. Johnny Depp in 2012 made it a horror comedy. Yeah, that's the thing about the 2012. It is more, haha, we're making fun of the 60s. It's what people in 2012 thought the 60s were. So it's like I said, really the only character in the 2012 movie that feels like it's from the original series is Michelle Pfeiffer as Liz. It's like she studied her Joan Bennett. She was really trying to be play that character seriously. And just imagine Liz with blonde hair instead of dark hair. It's like that. Like she does come off like she runs this house and all that, and everybody else is just the way I don't know, like Tim Burton or Disney told them to play the characters. So, like, yes, there's a guy there who's Roger, but it's like Roger in name only, David in name only, Willie, Mrs. Johnson. It's not people who watch that movie really do try to hold it up to the original series. And that's why that movie gets so much shit. Like, you bring up the 2012 Dark Shadows to people, and they act like you just spat in their grandmother's ashes. Like they act like it doesn't exist. They act like it ruined their childhood. That nobody online has anything good to say about it. It does have its moments. It does have its cute moments. It's not terrible like The Last Jedi. It's not gonna. It's better than The Mummy from 2017. If you had to put it on a scale, but it's maybe if you have never watched Dark Shadows at all and you watch that, you'll feel better about it than if you have seen the original series. Maybe you'll still hate it. I don't know. It's maybe if Tim Burton had made it 10 years prior or 15 years prior, it would have been darker and scarier, but it really is a more lighthearted. It does have its scary moments, but it's like it tries to gloss over them and get on, haha, just kidding, just never mind the blood. Let's just do something funny instead, or make fun of a thing Barnabas has never seen before. Beach Half says Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was all right, though I liked him more in the episode of the TV show 21 Jump Street. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's certainly not Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It does have its moments, but on the whole, I think it's just too much special effects that it's leaning on to be interesting rather than having the story itself and the characters itself be interesting. Not terrible, like good ending, like that was cute. It doesn't have the what's the song Pure Imagination, like none of that. It does have its sort of dark-ish moments, but of course, if you've seen the original, you're gonna be thinking about that when you watch it, and you're just gonna be like, why? What's this whole backstory shit? I really don't care because it's all CGI. Like, why are we here? Just get on with the fucking story. But it does have its moments. I would say that's better than The Mummy from 2017. It doesn't have Tom Cruise, so it wins there. It's just like they're that's when they really started making remakes that did not have to be made, and Johnny Depp's teeth are weird in it. Pam says it was nice to see the four actors of Dark Shadows: Jonathan, Laura, David, and Kathleen. It was not bad. I took it as a Dark Shadows parallel time. Yeah, that's sort of what the Dark Shadows movies is. One is just like I say, a Dark Shadow speed run any percent, and another one is just as if another timeline branched off. So you have actors that you know, but they're playing characters. Most of them are playing characters that you don't know. Oh, Beach Up the movie where some criminals kidnapped his daughter and even two corrupt cops bully him. Uh, that sounds familiar, but I can't think of the name of it. Pam says the 60s was a hard time with Vietnam, civil rights, women's rights, environment, equality. I know of it as I was a hippie without drugs. That's cool. Nick of Time, that's what it is. I think I've seen that before. I liked it. It's just been so long, I don't remember it that well. So yeah, it seems like some of the people that I follow on Tumblr did get to go to the convention in LA right now, so maybe they're going to be sharing some photos when they get back of actors or merch or things like that. I don't know. It's just people I follow. I don't know them like I know you guys. So we'll see if that comes up. I'm really interested in what that sort of tribute for John Carlin's going to be, and I wonder if his son's going to say anything because I know of an interview he did somewhere, but it's audio only, and I haven't listened to it, so I don't even know what the man sounds like. I've just seen pictures of the dude. William Bill Cooper says you have a great sense of humor, Nikki. Oh, thank you. And then the sirens go off in the background. Like there's a spawn point. It's got to be like right there behind some buildings because like it starts up there. It doesn't come from anywhere. It starts there. Like what? What? Oh man, it's been great seeing you guys for a couple of hours. I really do like doing the balcony chats. It's Pam says John Carlin's son is up talking now. Aw, that's wonderful. I wonder what he sounds like. I just assume he doesn't have his dad's accent and sounds like normal like the rest of us. I don't know. I just don't I don't know. But like hopefully somebody films that and shares it online somewhere. I it's been on for so long and there's so little content of it. I mean like yeah, it's great we have the whole show except for one episode, but it's so hard to find all this stuff. But yeah, you guys are awesome for having a couple of extra hours on a Friday to show up. Oh, we owe you, Bill Cooper was a great balcony chat. Yeah, I just got to see about a phone number thing because that was fucked up. So smash the like button on the way out. That helps out the channel. I'm on a little bit of an upswing as far as subscribers go. It seems like the last couple of days I've been getting a new one every day. Like, what did I do? Danny says, thanks, Nikki. Love the balcony. Yeah, you guys are welcome out here anytime. So I will be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the usual time, reviewing, I think I'll be on episode 267. 67. So that'll be tomorrow. Just doing the usual Dark Shadows thing, and I'd like to be able to. I'm fighting to stay ahead, so I can keep doing at least one balcony chat at the end of every month on a Friday. John Rogers says, "Have a great night, everyone." Brian says, "Thanks, Nikki and everybody." Nightcock says, "Thanks, Nikki and Balcony Fam." Pam says, "It was great being with all of you." And you too, Nikki, even with the Dark Shadows Facebook fans are joining like crazy. Oh man. It's slowly branching out. Maybe with the 60-year anniversary, some of these folks who saw it one time back in the day and didn't think about it anymore, or maybe their kids are going to watch it, or their grandkids. But like, Grandma, Grandpa, we need to get back into this. You know, they still have conventions. Did you know? So we'll see. I just hope everybody has a good time there and they have good memories and take pictures and enjoy themselves and nobody gets hurt, nothing gets broken. We owe you, Bill Cooper says good night, Nikki and everyone. Nightcock says I'm going to sit back and enjoy my coffee and work on some Hotel California riffs. Oh man. That seems like a nice place, but don't check in there because they don't let you leave. It's like the Hotel Cortez, but less spooky. So yeah, everybody take it easy, get something to eat, get some good sleep, stay hydrated. You can the links are in the description for Dark Shadows on Tubi, Internet Archive. The audio dramas on Spotify. All of that is free. Pam says, I'm glad Barnabas and Julia are married and vampires and following the original script. It's interesting that they're actually taking what the original story writers wanted to do and continuing it rather than just doing their own thing or rehashing what's already been done. So that is interesting. JP says, I'm off to walk Etta. Thank you for bringing me smiles, Nikki and chat. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for being awesome. You guys are all the best. Will you Bill Cooper says, my love, Nikki. Pam says, I will be watching the Dark Shadows 60th anniversary. I'll definitely be looking for content. It's like, I'm sure people don't want to upload stuff right now because they're in the middle of it. But, like, say, as soon as August 3rd hits, I'm definitely going to be looking like, okay, you've had a whole day to rest. What'd you upload? But yeah, you guys make all of the bullshit worth it. You guys give me something good to focus on. So just take it easy. We'll see each other in 22 hours. Yeah, there we go. Math. And yeah, just take it easy. Love all you guys. See you tomorrow. Oh, Pam says you're the best, Nikki. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys are all great people. I wouldn't have the life I have now if I hadn't met all of you. So you guys give me a reason to be. And I don't say a lot of nice stuff to you guys because it makes me emotional. But yeah, I'm thinking all the good things. I just can't say them because I just get weepy too fast. But I love you guys. We will see each other very soon. And till next time.